Welcome to this episode of the Sports Detective Podcast Show. My name is James Williams, and today the Pittsburgh Steelers have shocked the football world by announcing. I will go ahead and show you guys this post here because you guys probably will not believe me unless I show you guys a reputable source that the Pittsburgh Steelers are planning on giving Russell Wilson first team reps in practice this week, putting him in line to make his season debut and start Sunday night against the Jets. Pittsburgh is 4-2 with Justin Fields, but Wilson's calf is fully healed, and now he gets his shot. So basically, what that post means there is Russell Wilson's going to start this weekend against the Jets. And this is very shocking to everyone in the football world because kind of how football works is usually if you have a starting quarterback that a backup has to come in and start and the team is doing well, they're being successful and they're winning games. Usually the mantra is like, hey, don't rock the boat, don't change anything up, and just kind of keep everything smooth sailing. And then maybe if they, falter later on, then you can go back and make the switch back to the original quarterback. This situation here too is also kind of like weird too, because it's not like this is like a Ben Roethlisberger situation where like Russell Wilson has been there for several years. Russell Wilson has not played like a single, other than like preseason stuff, has not played any sort of meaningful football for the Pittsburgh Steelers or any, regular season football for the Pittsburgh Steelers at all. So this is kind of becoming a very shocking situation here. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys something that I know is going to be very unpopular because Justin Fields is one of the most likable players in the NFL. He's one of the most likable quarterbacks in the NFL. I like Justin Fields. I am very disappointed in this situation because I have him starting in my fantasy team, and now I'm going to have to pick up like Daniel Jones or something like that. But I will say this. I think people, when they really like Justin Fields, this is a theme that we've talked about on the show a lot, is sometimes I think people can like the idea of a certain player, whether that's like a type of basketball player, like people kind of could fall in love with a 3-and-D type of guy. Or I also think too, people kind of like the idea of certain types of quarterbacks in the NFL rather than what the quarterback actually is. And I think Justin Fields kind of fits into that basket here a little bit, because Justin Fields is a guy, when you hear some people talk about him, where you had multiple people going on ESPN over the course of last year when it was the decision between Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, who should the Bears pick, where they're saying, oh, well, the Bears right now, they could trade Justin Fields for a first-round pick. Oh, you can't take anything less than a second-round pick for Justin Fields. And then it turns out that they were shopping him, and then they could only get a sixth-round pick for Justin Fields, even though everyone was telling me this guy was like this great quarterback that everyone was going to be demanding for and pining for in the trade market. But if you actually take a look at Justin Fields' stats for this year, every sort of metric that you look at him is kind of average to below average if you look at it for the most part. If you're just looking at total yards, he's currently 22nd. Yards per attempt, he's 29th. Passing touchdowns, he's 25th. He leads the NFL in fumbles right now. The last 2 weeks, he has thrown for less than 140 yards passing and less than 60% completion percentage. 4 of the 6 games for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's thrown for less than 150 yards. And if you're looking at the Steelers and how they have won a lot of their games, Justin Fields hasn't been winning them games. Now has he been costing them games? No, I wouldn't say that. But the Steelers have been winning games with their defense. In games, like if you look through the schedule, you got the Atlanta game to start the season. The defense won them that game. They only gave up 6 points against the Broncos. They only gave up 10 points against the Chargers. The Raiders game that they won only gave up 13 points. It was a touchdown early at Alexander Madison, and then Aiden O'Connell got a touchdown super late in that game. So if you're just looking at the Steelers and how they've been winning their games, they've been winning with their defense. And if you're talking about the Steelers and kind of where they are as a team, they're in a win now situation. And if you think that Justin Fields, who, it is kind of an odd decision too, where it's like, hey, which one of these guys, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson's, is more likely to be your long-term solution at the quarterback position? It's Justin Fields. But if you're looking at a lot of like, the stat nerds, they talk about Justin Fields and how he's been playing with the Steelers. He's really, really bad on first and second down, and third and fourth down is usually where he's like making his best plays, which it's a good thing to make plays on third down, but he's doing a very bad job on first and second down. So the Steelers are probably looking at Russell Wilson and saying like, hey, well, maybe this guy can come in, run the offense more efficiently. And also too, I think people like keep thinking that Russell Wilson is just washed and that the last 2 years in Denver were absolutely horrific. Now there were a lot of bad moments for Russell Wilson the last 2 years in Denver, but I think people forget this. When he got benched last year, he wasn't benched for poor performance. He got benched because the Broncos wanted to save a whole bunch of money by releasing him at the end of the season. And when Russell Wilson got benched, he was tied for sixth in the NFL in passing touchdowns. He had the seventh best passer rating in the NFL, and he led the NFL in fourth quarter comebacks. Russell Wilson was actually a good above average quarterback last year. And you're telling me here, Russell Wilson with an offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, that believes in him, with the infrastructure that Mike Tomlin has, put in with the Pittsburgh Steelers, that Russell Wilson on his last chance, because if he does not make this Pittsburgh Steelers thing work this year, his career is absolutely done as a starter. Now, maybe some team would maybe sign him as a backup somewhere after this year, but I doubt it. So this is his last chance. Russell Wilson also won the job in training camp. It was his job that he, played out there and won. So I am completely okay with the Steelers making this decision. And also, too, we talked about the rock the vote thing at the beginning of this little episode that we did here. But the thing is, too, with Mike Tomlin is, with him, the way he controls that locker room, there's only a few coaches in the NFL that could probably do the kind of, push and pull with their quarterbacks and, pull guys out and, maybe make a decision like this when the team is 4-2. And Mike Tomlin is one of those guys. So I'm completely okay with it. The Steelers are in a win now situation. And I also think Russell Wilson, I think there's a chance that he might not be bad. And I think it's also become a point here too, where this has just become such an unpopular decision online, where it's like, I think it's also because Justin Fields, like we said earlier, one of the most likable guys in the NFL. Russell Wilson, if you just ranked all the quarterbacks from unlikability to, likability, on the unlikability chart, other than Deshaun Watson, I don't know where Russell Wilson ranks on unlikability, but he's pretty high up there. He's kind of become this corny figure that no one likes, that seems kind of fake in a lot of ways and really super annoying. And yeah, people just don't like Russell Wilson. So I'm okay with the Pittsburgh Steelers doing this. I think actually Russell Wilson can be a better quarterback than Justin Fields, especially as a passer right now. But I guess time will tell. And if he's not, Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm sure will have him on a short leash and a short hook, and they'll pull him if he is not up to stuff here in his opportunity to start against the Jets, who have a, pretty solid defense. If you don't want to call them above average, they're pretty solid. So yeah, I'm okay with this decision for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear from Steelers fans. Let me know why you think Justin Fields should start over Russell Wilson. I know that's probably where most of you are going to land on this, so feel free to rip me apart in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video here today, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. That is the best way to support the show. It costs you absolutely $0. And Pittsburgh Steelers fans, even if you didn't like this video, please hit subscribe, and then you can come back and own me later. That's how you can find my channel again, is if you subscribe. So thank you very much for watching. Check out the rest of the Sports Detective Podcast channel page to find other videos that you might like, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.